All right, so one of the first things you want to do is you want to go to Envato Elements. So it's elements.envato.com. And once you're there, if you look up here at the search bar, you'll see it says all items. Click on that and then go down to video templates, okay? And then over here on the left, you want to click on Premiere Pro, and then you want to hit no plugins required, and then you want to click on logo stings, all right? So these are the logos you can, they're called logo reveals or logo stings. These are the different ones you can choose from, all right? So by clicking Premiere Pro and no plugins required, you should be able to use any one of these that you find, all right? So let's just say that you covered over it, you like what you see, and you're just gonna go with this one, right? So you're gonna click on this, and then right up here, that is your URL. You're gonna right click, copy, and then paste that into a email to me, and then send it to me, and I'll download it and send it back to you.
And you unzip it, you open it up, and all of a sudden, instead of seeing the Premiere Pro icon, indicating that it's a Premiere Pro file, you see this little white icon with 3 lines. That's a motion graphics template, okay? So the way we are able to use this, it's a little bit different than using a normal template. A normal template, you would click on and it would have a purple Premiere Pro icon, and you double click it, and then everything would come up on your workspace. With a motion graphics template, you're going to install it, okay? So we're going to come here to the Premiere Pro, to the software, and up here at the very top, it says graphics and titles, okay? You're going to click on that, and then the second thing there says install motion graphics template, all right? So you're going to click on that, and then now you got to go to find where you downloaded that folder. So I know mine is in downloads, and I know it's right here. And so I'm going to install this one, Logo Reveal version 3. So I'll have to highlight it, hit open, and that's it. It's now it's in there. So now if I want to see it, I have my essential graphics, and there it is. So all I have to do is pull it over here. Now, if you don't see this over here, you can go to Window, then go to Essential Graphics, and then it will bring up this box. You just go to Browse, and then you have a lot of different things you can choose from. But this is where you get your motion graphic, okay? Okay, so we're going to take this one. We'll put it right here in our workspace. Okay, so we've dragged this down here. We have our workspace. This is what it looks like. We still need to edit. So we come back up here, and you see right here, Central Graphics, and Edit. So right here we have a drop-down menu, and this is for our logo. So if you see a black box right here, maybe it has the Envato Elements icon in there. But what you want to do is these 3 bars right here on the right, you want to click on them, and you want to hit Replace from Explorer. And this is where you're going to go to where you saved your logo, and you're going to install it. So I know mine is on desktop in video content, and there it is. My CS Alexander Studios Seahorse Fly. Hit open. Now, when you open yours, this could be way bigger than the box, right? So right here where it says Scale to Fill, click on that and hit Scale to Fit. And then that's going to get it to what we hope is the appropriate size, right? So now we can see this because if I here, it starts like that to the reveal. Now we see that it's almost completely in there. I can be happy with that, but you might not. You might want to see that smaller. So right here where it says H, that's your height and width. So this blue lock if that's highlighted, that means they're locked together. So if you adjust the height, it's going to adjust the width as well. So I'm going to bring that back down. So that's where you can do that. And then if you want to move it left or right, that's your X and Y axis. And so, X is left and right, Y is up and down. But as far as the logo is concerned, now I'm happy with where it's at, right? But I do see that there's logo, like there's text in here, right? So I'll look down and there it says text. So I'm going to click on that. And so this is where you see white version logo right here. So this is where I'm going to change this up. So this is my company is CS Alexander Studios. And until you click outside of the box, it won't show up. So once it does that, it'll show up. So I don't like it like that. I want to do all caps. So it needs to be a little bit smaller. This is just a matter of, kind of playing with it till you find the size you want. See, right now, the thing is, you have an invisible box, right here. So anything going outside of that, it's not going to be seen. So you kind of have to find it exactly how to fit. That's okay. So I'm happy with that. And then down here, first off, that's a lot of text for someone to read. You just want something quick, like a web address. So I know mine is CS Alexander Studios. Oh, I have the cap lock. See, that's something else you got to watch out for. Cap locks on CS AlexanderStudios.com. All right. There you go. Now I can make that a little bit bigger. Too big. All right, perfect. And so now everything is ready to go. You might not have any of this here. I already had something I was working on. So more than likely, this is just going to be by itself. And then you would go to export. And then once you get to export, you're going to put logo reveal dash your name, dash your block. And then you're going to find where you're going to keep it. So whether it's your personal folder, or if you're using the USB USB folder on your computer, just make sure you click on the right one. I'm going to do Adobe Video Design. We're doing tutorials. So I'm going to just do that in here. My quality, I'm going to go ahead and put it up to 2160. So you want to do 4K. And that's going to give you your highest quality possible with Premiere Pro. And then your format, you're going to keep, as always, H.264, which is an MP4. And then after that, you hit export. And then once it's done, you have a completed reveal. All right, so let's say that earlier in this tutorial you saw, if you already had a project open, how to install a motion graphics template. If you do not have a project open, so you start with your, this is your start screen, you have your new project, your open project. To install the motion graphics template, all you have to do is go to the graphics and titles like you did earlier, and then hit install motion graphics template. And then the same thing, you go find where you downloaded and extracted, unzipped it. And here's it right there. And I would click on which one. I've already installed these, but if I was going to install, I just click on it and hit open, and it would automatically install. And then you go to new project, and then you're going to do logo reveal dash your name block. And then you want to save it into either your USB folder or your own personal folder, wherever there's room to save it. You pick that folder. I'm going to save mine here. And then you hit create. Okay, replace. So when you come to this screen, there's nothing in your work area, so it's not engaged. So you cannot pull, we learned over here that your essential graphics, if you need to bring it up, hit essential graphics, make sure that checks on. And, we see this, but I can't pull this into a non-work area, like a non-engaged work area. So what I need to do is just simply find a video or a picture, anything, and pull it down to the work area. That engages it. And so now I can just delete it, but now I can pull my motion graphics template over there. And it'll say change sequence settings or keep existing settings. You want to change them. You want to change them to fit what the logo reveal is. So this is my logo reveal. And so we covered earlier how to put in your logo and the text and everything, but let's concentrate real quick on music. So let's say you definitely want to put some music in there. So you found your music from Envato or somewhere else, and I'm going to bring it in. So this is my music right here. Typically you will have an MP3 or a WAV file to pull from. WAV file typically is a better quality, and you can see it's much bigger, but it really honestly doesn't matter. So I always go with a smaller file. Try to keep files as the overall file that you end up exporting as small as possible. So when you look down here, you can see on this track that the volume goes up kind of high. What we want to do is see if it hits the red. So this is our meter right here. So I hit play. Okay, if you see right at that peak, it hits the red. That indicates it's too loud. So if you remember from an earlier tutorial, we had how to do the audio gain. Well, we're going to do the same thing right here. So I'm going to right click on that audio track. I'm going to go right here to audio gain and click it. And then I'm going to hit, since I'm trying to bring the sound down, I'm going to hit minus, and then I'm going to hit anywhere between 5 and 10. So I'm going to start with 5. And now it's going to take 5 decibels down. Okay, I'm very happy with that because you really want to keep it around 12 to 6, and 6 was the peak, and I like that. So that works for me. There was no red. So now that I'm ready to go, all this has been fixed. I'm going to go to export, and then of course the same thing. Logo reveal dash your name dash your block. Click on either your USB folder or whatever folder you have room for, right, to save it. And then you want to make sure this is switched to 2164K. So before it was like 1080 was okay, but now we want to make sure our logo reveal is at 2160. All right. And then the format, of course, we're going to keep at H264, which is an MP4. And then we just hit export. And that's it.